Oh hello, didn't realize I was small enough to fit in here. So I've unboxed and reboxed so many LG OLED TVs that I'm just going through the motions now. But essentially, cut open the top of the box and remove all the bits, including the tabletop stand which feels noticeably lighter than previous versions. The box of this 48-inch LG C2 OLED I bought myself doesn't come with detachable plastic clips at the bottom, so what I did was to lay the box flat, then cut open the bottom of the box. After repositioning the box upright and removing the top styrofoam to reduce the height clearance needed, I lifted the box out of the way, leaving the protective styrofoams in place for now. I then replaced the top styrofoam and gently laid the ensemble flat on the floor, making sure to place some cushioning bits to tilt the bottom of the television slightly upwards. Next, assemble the front plate to the stand. The 48-inch LG C2 still uses the wider stand design, similar to last year's C1 OLED. After that, it's just a case of attaching the stand to the TV, making sure to screw it in tight, then restoring the C2 to an upright position. Remove the styrofoams and plastic packaging, and don't forget to peel away the protective film from the front of the screen. Now, I purchased this 48-inch LG C2 myself to make the world's first unboxing video, rather than waiting for a loan sample from a retailer or LG Electronics themselves, because I'm competing against YouTube channels from all around the world, and you know how I like to come first. Anyway, after giving my LG C2 a once-over, I found 7 features that are different from the LG C1. 1. There's a new chipset on the LG C2, codenamed O22, as you can see from the service menu. Hopefully this new SoC will bring about some improvements in picture quality. Incidentally, the WebOS 22 platform and the user menu on the LG C2 already felt snappier and more responsive than the WebOS 6.0 system implemented on LG 2021 televisions. 2. There are several signs indicating that even the 48-inch LG C2 is using the most advanced panel, which is marketed as OLED EX by panel supplier LG Display. For starters, the JB compensation, which is the major compensation cycle, will now run every 500 hours by default, instead of every 2000 hours, which has been the case on pre-2022 OLED TVs from LG, tying in with the elimination of some metallic sensing lines on OLED EX panels. While in the service menu, the eagle-eyed among you may also have spotted that LG Electronics has unfortunately replaced the previously obvious labeling of WBC or WBE OLED panels with a series of cryptic numbers. Perhaps with enough data accumulated over time, eventually some of you may be able to work out what's what. Nevertheless, we used our Jetty SpectraVal 1511 spectroradiometer to analyze the spectral power distribution or SPD of the 48-inch LG C2 OLED and confirmed the presence of a WBE panel, judging from the narrower blue half-width as well as clearer separation between the red and green peaks. If we compare the subpixel structure on the 48-inch C1 and C2 captured at the same magnification, hopefully you can see that the C2 features a larger pixel aperture ratio with less black space in between subpixels, again pointing to the use of newer OLED EX panels. Outside of hardware upgrades, LG Electronics has also made some changes to the C2 in terms of motion and gaming. If we open the True Motion submenu, scroll down and click on User Selection, you will see that the OLED motion setting has reverted to an on-off toggle. Pardon the flicker because I was filming at 1/50 shutter speed. Let me change it to 1/60. And there, no more flicker in this footage because the BFI operates at 60 Hz. Anyway, just like what we reported on a pre-production sample last month, LG seemed to have pulled the 120 Hz blood frame insertion technology from its 2022 OLED range, which may put off a handful of you who still use this niche feature. Personally, we would never engage 120 Hz BFI for playing HDR games, since peak brightness would drop, leading to overly dark PQ-EOTF tracking. Otherwise, LG has implemented more features on the gaming front to appeal to gamers. This video is sponsored by Box. the online technology store. Visit box.co.uk for the best deals on TVs, soundbars, and all your other technology needs. Inside the Game Optimizer submenu, under Game Genre, there is now a new sports setting. But for the most accurate picture quality, we will still set game genre back to the default setting of standard. There is also a new dark room mode which provides 2 levels to darken the picture and reduce eye fatigue when playing games in a dark room. But of course, you have to understand that this would also compromise image accuracy. So as purists ourselves, this is not a setting we would entertain at all even in a dark room. Perhaps more useful is the multi-view function which you can summon directly from the game dashboard, allowing you to choose between displaying picture-in-picture or picture-in-picture, with plenty of flexibility to adjust the sound output, as well as the picture-in-picture size and placement among other things. On my UK retail unit with the launch firmware, only a few video source options were available, but hopefully LG will add support for more video sources such as YouTube in the future, so you can adjust the settings for some HDR games while watching my tutorial videos, for example. Last but not least, LG has added support to play compatible games at 21:9 or even 32:9 aspect ratios. To enable these wider aspect ratios, click on the Picture tab inside the Game Optimizer menu on the LG C2. Scroll all the way down, and you should see a setting that lets you change the aspect ratio of the game if supported, and even adjust the screen position while in ultra-wide aspect ratio. Despite all these changes, I'm pleased to see LG Electronics still letting C2 owners switch off the startup taskbar and the shutdown logo, just like on the C1. To learn how to disable these and speed up your LG OLED startup and power down time, please click here to watch my explanation video.